Hello and welcome back to another vlog. Born and raised in Prescot, and it's finally happened. Hurrah! We've got monetized. The channel is now officially part of the YouTube partnership program, which means we are partially monetized, and there are different ways that you can react with us now. If you want to react with us, you don't have to react at all. You can interact with us. It's a partial monetization, so we don't get advertising revenue and stuff like that, but what this does is it helps us pay for little things like a Christmas dinner at Wetherspoons, or a book to research. All this research and stuff.
What about this?
On and the camera. I'm told. See, I get told this stuff. You'd think this was a two-person vlog, but it's not. It's me. It's me talking to the camera, and the woman behind the camera talking to you.
And petrol.
And petrol and all of that stuff that it takes to put these vlogs together. So it's taken a long time to get to this stage, and you can react with us in many ways. You can actually buy a super thanks. You can super thank us if you like the video that we're producing, that I'm presenting, and the research that you've been told. There's three dots on the I think it's this side, or is it that side? On the right hand side, bottom right hand side, there's three dots that you click on, and you can go. I'll put up some graphics to show you how it's done, and you can donate some cash if you like it as a thank you. You can do that. Also, I'm setting up a membership page with a couple of tiers of membership, which will be, I'll be doing a special announcement for that. But look out for there'll be a membership tab on the page as you go to the videos, and you can join. You can become a member of Born and Raised in Prescot, and you get exclusive previews to new videos. Also, you can get custom-made videos that will be seen nowhere else, behind-the-scenes chats and various things like that, and videos made especially for members. So I'll be sorting that out within the next few weeks, and I'll tell you all about that. Anyway, I'm here in a place called Wood Street. This is Wood Street. People lived on this street, would you believe it? I've got an old photo of Wood Street. My great-great-grandma was born just down here. Through them gates there was a place at the back of the Picture Palace on Kemble Street. This is the back of the Picture Palace, by the way. We'll come down here. Come, let's have a look down here. So down here, this had houses on both sides, and if you look over here, you can still see the rubble of the houses that were demolished here many years ago. These houses, you can still see the bricks and the detritus. That would make a good thing for archaeological dig, I think. But down here, through these gates here, before this extension to the Picture Palace was built, was a place called the Orchard, and it was like an old court, and people used to live here. My great-great-grandmother lived here. I'll be doing a separate vlog on that. But I'm not really here to talk about Wood Street, Prescot, a forgotten street, by the way. I'm here to talk about the Picture Palace. This is an update to the Picture Palace, because you may remember a few moons ago I did a update to them renovating the Picture Palace. They're actually renovating the Picture Palace and turning it into an art house cinema. Apparently so. Apparently Knowsley Council has bought the building, purchased the building, and they're renovating it, which is all well and good. Now, I came past here with Catherine the other night. We went to the theatre, but it was too dark to see anything really, so I've come back today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round the front and we're going to give you an update on the renovations, and let's see what we can see. Okay, come on, let's go. It is raining, Kath. Wood Street. So, I'm at the junction with Kemble Street now. Picture Palace is down there, opposite the old Red Lion, which is now called the Mermaid Tavern. Apparently, has something to do with Shakespeare. If you have a look over there, there's the Mermaid Tavern, and it seems to be banging in there, to use another YouTuber's term. So what we're going to do is going to go down here and have a look at the Picture Palace as it is today. So the improvements include the rendering of this fascia, this end wall here. They've sort of rendered that and replastered it by the looks of it. There's new glass been put in here. You will see that. It's new glazed, new window frames. They boarded it up so you can't see inside. When I came down the other night, you could actually see inside here. I think this was the Julian Swift's shop, the furniture shop, which some of you may remember. Let us know in the comments if you do remember this being the Julian Swift's furniture store, this bit of it anyway. You can see a doorway here. There's no glass been put in here, but you can see there's a doorway here. They've rebuilt the wooden frame going around, and it's looking all great in there. Again, I think that was part of the shop, the Julian Swift shop, but that's now been commandeered for the cinema. Look at this though. Since the last time I was here, a lot of work's been carried out externally, and this has been rendered off really nicely. And these doors here, like a crimson red door, which is I think it's in keeping with the original cinema. If you ever went to this cinema, by the way, do you remember them being this colour? Do you remember how they were? And you can tell me if this door was here. I think this is an exit door for the cinema. I think it is, going on off old photos. They had an entrance door down there, and this was the exit door. I think so anyway. But look at these here. This is what really excited me. See this door here? Fabulous door. Now, when I first saw this, I thought these were original doors. I don't think they are though. I think they've been rebuilt. These are brand new doors based on the original features that were in the 1912 cinema. Now remember, this opened in 1912. It started off life as a variety theatre. So it was both a variety theatre and the cinema at the same time. It was a very early stage of cinematography and making films. So they edged the bets, right? So it was at the end of the music hall period. Music hall was very popular. Victorian music hall. And going into the Edwardian period, the cinema was starting to become popular. It was popularised by people like Mitchell and Kenyon, who were the amongst the first cinematographers. And only 10 years before this, they were filming outside factory gates and handing out leaflets to people, encouraging them to go into the cinema. People had never seen the moving pictures before. This was a whole new phenomenon. Just 10 years before this had opened. It was brand new. It was brand new. So obviously the people who opened this cinema, edged their bets. So they'll do a bit of music hall and they'll do a bit of cinema, so that if one fails, at least the other would work. It was brand new, cutting edge stuff. I've done a lot of research on this building, and the person who started the building, who actually opened this building, Leonard Hughes, who was from New Brighton. I'm going to tell you a bit about him in a future vlog. When this gets more complete, I'll tell you about that. It'll give you a bit more background. He's a fascinating character in his own right. He was a member of the Court Leet in Prescot, and he was one of the people who threw money out of the Old Town Hall for hundreds of kids to develop, to do the thing. So he did that as well. Sorry, somebody wanted to go past then. I just said you can go. Anyway, so yeah, he's an interesting person, Leonard Hughes, and so I'll introduce him to you in a future vlog. Yes, this Catherine's pointed these out to us. See that? Old lamps and fittings, and it's looking spectacular up there. I didn't see them the other night when I was here. See that brickwork? Now this, I was really excited to see this. There is an old photograph of the staff outside the Picture Palace, taken about 1912 when this opened, Picture Palace. And this was a stained glass box office. This was the box office. This window here, and they've reproduced it. It looks perfectly reproduced as it was back in the day. I'll flash a photograph of that up to show how magnificent it was. These picture palaces were real experience. They were a way of getting away from the mundane and everyday existence of living, and you could cheaply, for a couple of pennies, go in and watch some music hall, or you could watch a moving picture all the way from Hollywood back in the day. It's a magnificent thing. It was spellbinding to people that they could do that, you know. They became very popular very soon, and there were queues going down the streets to watch these silent movies, which they were silent movies back in the day. They had their own piano in there, and they had all the mod cons. It was described as an opulent picture palace, or opulent music hall, variety hall. It was great for Prescot, and I think everybody who's anybody went to the Picture Palace at some time or another. And I know some people who are subscribed to Born and Raised in Prescot who remember this with fond memories of going to the Picture Palace. If you have fond memories of going to the Picture Palace, let us know and tell us what you saw. To a lot of people, it was known as the Flea Pit. The Flea Pit. Now, the same company who owned this saw the success of this. It was so successful that they decided to open another cinema on Eccleston Street. The same company produced the other cinema known as the Limehouse Cinema, and in 1922 that opened. But that's a different matter. This is more important, because this is like a fossil. It's an old fossil of the early cinema, and probably one of the most incredible experiences you can have is to go to an original old cinema, and that's what this is. So there's the window. Wet paint is still on the sign. It's not wet now. And here, with all the fittings that are happening up there, I should have brought the drone, but I didn't today, but you can see it's just an update of how it's going on. This doorway here that I'm standing in now, this was the main entrance to the Picture Palace. So you would queue half the way down Kemble Street and come in here, pay your penny. The box office would be on that side where I've just passed the window now, and you would go into another world, a theatre and a cinema of dreams. There was an occasion in 1934 when a film came from America, 1934, and by that time the company here had opened the Limehouse. I'm going over on this board. I hope it's a bit more stable when you arrive, when it's open. But they came here and they showed simultaneously this film at both the Limehouse Cinema and the Picture Palace, and it was called The Prescot Kid. The Prescot Kid was shown here, and everybody, every child from Prescot queued up to go and see it, and it was on for weeks, possibly months. Everybody who lived in Prescot and the surrounding area came to this cinema, and every time they said the name Prescott.
From Prescott.
From Prescott.
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 Prescott. From Prescott.
Prescott.
I don't know. I've never been in Prescott.
You don't expect anyone to believe that, do you?
I don't care whether anyone believes it or not.
All the kids would stamp their feet in excitement and just say, and scream and shout, and it was absolutely, I can only imagine what it was like in 1934 to hear your name, Prescott Town, in an American Western. Even though it was Prescott spelled with 2 T's and it was Prescott's Arizona, but that didn't matter. It was here in Prescott and it was showing up both cinemas, and lots of other things have happened in this cinema or theatre of dreams. Ted Ray, the famous comedian who you may have heard of, Ted Ray, started his career here. He started as a young boy. It was his very first paid professional performance at the Picture Palace on stage, because like I said, they did music hall as well. Also, my uncle Peter would tell me of the time that Arthur Askey played here. Yeah, Arthur Askey, the famous Arthur Askey, and Ken Dodd also in his early career, before he was famous, by the way, he would play here. A lot of people did. A lot of touring theatres would play here, and this theatre also acted as a agent for up-and-coming new theatre acts. So they would give them this address, so this would become their professional address, and they would get all their mail sent here, and they would act as agents, sending these performers out to other parts of the country. The thing with performers back in the day is the same as it is today. To be a performer, you have to tread the boards and you have to travel the country, and it was the same back then as it is today. They still do it. That's the way it is. So I'm looking forward to when this opens. I think it's going to be exciting. I hope you agree. I'll try and update you again as it comes about, but we'll see what happens. But this it's great to actually see something physically happening outside the Picture Palace. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you have, then please give us a thumbs up. See, give us a comment if you like it, if you know anything about, if you've been to the theatre before, give us a comment, share on your social media feed, and most importantly, give us a super thanks, which you can do on the thing down there. That's a brand new thing. You can actually interact with us and sort of like you know, give us a few bob, governor. But anyway, thank you very for watching, and don't forget, I'll be putting a membership page up on the YouTube channel, so watch out for that as well. I'll do a separate video on that, and I'll keep you updated on the Picture Palace. So thanks for now, and from Catherine,
Bye.
and from me, see you next time. Bye.